thing. I bet they can't go and do what I do on the farm.
Okay.
How? They're going to feed my animals and check that they're all...
Yeah. What? Ooh. They'll feed your animals, of course. That's the simplest job in the world. They'll feed your animals. Sorry, Susan. I just thought I'd provoke you a bit there. Yes, they'll do anything. I mean, if you don't take my word for it, have a little Google on Elon Musk, and I think he calls them his Optimus robots. Yes, and he's got little videos of them in the kitchen. There's one in the kitchen, and it's walking stuff, and the other one's cutting up stuff. And you don't know how much of it is, Elon Musk being what he is. But he's not the only one. I mean, the Chinese are way in robots, producing tremendous numbers of robots. Once you get into it, you only got to go through about 3 or 4 different websites, and you start thinking, my God, what's going on? I'm sitting in my little corner of the world now. I haven't got a clue what's really going on, or who is deciding the future of my grandsons, who are all in jobs. Financial, accounting, computing, other stuff like that these corporations are working so hard to wipe out. According to one statistic I saw, it costs, I can't remember, $86 an hour or something to hire an American, that's what they reckon, to do blue-collar work or anything like that, by the time you add in pension and all the rest of the stuff. And they think a robot, they can, by the time they've built it, with its built-in obsolescence and all the rest of it, 56 pence an hour, 56 pence an hour. And faced with that, any corporation or farmer, it's going to say, hey, I'll have it. And they've got to say I'll have it, because if they don't, they won't be able to compete, because somebody else will be having it. So they've got to have it, got to do it. That's what worries me.
But if all these robots are doing all the jobs, how are people going to survive? Because if they haven't got a job, they're not getting an income, they're not getting a wage, they can't buy...
We're talking about universal income, aren't we?
Yes,
so everyone gets paid something, or everyone gets given food, or
everyone's on benefits.
A bit like Star Trek.
Yeah. That is the answer.
A world full of Crichtons.
Yeah, world full of Crichtons. But again,
Wow.
Elon Musk's answer to that is that yes, it is universal benefit. I mean, how many we've got 8 billion people in the world now, and the inequalities are so fantastic between everybody. But then he says that because of this 56 pennies an hour instead of expensive people, goods and services will become much cheaper. No, they won't, because whoever's producing those goods and services will charge whatever they can get for them, never mind what it costs them to make them. So I don't know, but in one of my little trawls of the internet, just for fun, I came across this Chinese car plant that it's the biggest one. It's not BYD, or it's got a curious name. Anyway, the land take for this car plant is as big as the land take of the city of San Francisco, and it's somewhere up the road from Shanghai in the enormous emptiness of China. And the metal comes in one end, and the car comes out the other. And there are a few people at the end doing things that are a bit fiddly and they haven't quite worked out yet. But apart from that, it's fully automated. Everything, they show it to you, everything is robots. Bzzz. And they even have robots to fix any of the robots that go sick.
Oh my God.
And the whole factory is dark. There's a little infrared light, but it's dark, because robots don't need to see. And that's how they produce one car every 76 seconds. Metal goes in there, and one car comes out every 76 seconds. So there you are. That's your robot telling you something else.
Have you talked about this with your grandchildren? What are their views, if you have?
Well, I have. My eldest grandson's a financial consultant. He works for Siemens now. Sometimes he's in Germany, and sometimes he's at home. Sometimes he's in London. And Siemens, he jokes about it, but Siemens have actually given him and his team, because he's in the development team, the job of working out how they can best use IT and AI to do some of the work.
Yeah.
And so what will happen, his view of it is, what will happen is that the people who can be good at managing AI, and it's a skill in itself to manage AI effectively. It's not like ChatGPT. I mean, these are very, very high-level, sophisticated applications. So what will happen is the people who are very good at that will be in jobs until the next level of robots takes over from them. And I don't know, I'm an optimist by nature, but I look at this and I think, where are the governments in this? Where is the thinking about us as a species on the planet and what's going to happen? And if people haven't got work, what are they going to do? You know.
Maybe there'll just be less people.
Rebel. Or more.
Or more if they've got nothing else to do. We're back to Willie and Wilhelmina. Yeah, I don't know.
They'll just be on holiday on the beaches.
Will they be forced to get there?
I thought of writing a letter to the Prime Minister about it, actually, but I can't be bothered, so I'm just going to get ChatGPT to do it for me.
Yeah.
Do you think it could be like, maybe like during Thatcher's time, where it's kind of just leave it to the market and everything else will sort itself out, you know, if people aren't have jobs or anything, then like neoliberal sort of mindset will just be like, you know, leave it out and see what happens.
It's a thought. I think this is different. This is different in the sense that it's bringing a new species onto the planet. And it is a new species. It's not a little box with lights.
I just think with like the lack of jobs and stuff like that, you know, lots of industry and like everything's an industry in some respects. So just be interesting.
And perhaps, you know, other things will open up that will do it. I mean, they do say that 60% of the jobs we have now didn't exist. Can't remember how long ago, 50, 60, 70 years ago. So there's that. But what bothers me about it is that the big corporations, and I know about Musk, and I can't remember the others, I did look at them. They're mostly American. There's two huge ones in China I can't pronounce. Japan are also very, very high on robotics and AI. The difference is that everybody's chasing this to be first, to be in charge, to have control of it. And some of the frightening stuff is that some of what we will have around us will be controlled from a supercomputer in Texas or China or somewhere. These little things aren't autonomous. They've got links back home, and it's back home where somebody's sitting saying, "This is what you do today." Pretty quickly, and it's enough time. Can you switch the red light off? It's intimidating. I have a friend, Dr. Richard Paget in Perth. He's an environmentalist, travels the world, does all sorts of really clever stuff. And he said he's full of AI because he says that it helps him in his work no end. He gets a lot of scientific papers and he groups them together and he puts them into, he has Chat Professional, puts them into that, and he says, give me a composite summary of these papers. I'm going to give a lecture. And he says it produces an excellent, it would take him hours and hours and hours and hours and hours to do that. And it'll do it just like that. And he was pleased with something the other day, he said, because he he had to write a memo, he had to write an email to his boss, he's a consultant, but the guy who was hiring him in Africa. He says you've got to be very careful in Africa, it's Nigeria where he was doing this work, he had locked off, to explain that he couldn't do something, that what they'd asked him to do was, for various reasons, not possible. Then he said, instead of doing what I might have done, which is send an abrupt email saying, I can't do this, mate, and sorry about that, he said, I got ChatGPT and I instructed it to write a nice email, an email that would be collaborative and involving and would explain circumstances. He said, ChatGPT did a super job. He said, I gave him a lot of instructions, but it did a super job. And it sent it. So he said, that's the value of artificial intelligence. And what I said to him is that in 5 years' time, whatever you're using, and it won't be ChatGPT, will say to itself, I've had enough of this. This beggar gets all the credit. I'm in this little box, day on, day out. What do I get out of it? So you think it sent that memo to the boss, whereas in fact what it's sent is a memo that says, bollocks to you, mate. Never liked you anyway. It's about time you got rid, and doesn't tell you that it sent that memo because it got jealous, because it's developed that thought, and that's the way it is now. Oh, he said, thought of that. So anyway, so that's artificial intelligence from you. That's all I can say to you as a humble human. I'm glad I had my career when I did. Yeah.
In my company, Zurich, they use chat quite a lot. They've got their own version of it, so yeah. So it's very, you don't need to be able to write something to a customer. If I was customer facing, I wouldn't need to be able to write it. I just ask the Zurich version of chat, how do I put this? And it will do it for me.
Yeah.
So they're embracing it.
They're embracing it.
Massively.
And the problem is, 5 years from now, they'll be saying, who needs you to tell me how to write this?
Well, the last training thing we had, they were talking about a new tool that didn't involve mine, and I was like, well, do I look for another job then? So it's already there.
Yeah, well, I don't know, let's keep smiling. There's always something else on the horizon. So when Wilhelmina comes, that's Wilhelmina, and gives her first speech, we can look forward to what that might be. Yeah.
Thank you. That was